16th Avenue Station Green Line Development Project outlines a vision for the development in the station area. Introducing a new transit network will revitalize the city within close proximity to the transit stations. Development will take advantage of the great opportunities in the area, while still taking into account the surrounding residential areas. This plan provides a vision that addresses the needs of the area, improving the quality of life, enhancing the public realm, increasing transportation choice, and improving connectivity. The station area is located in close proximity of 6 communities. Located on the corner of 2 busy roads, redevelopment of the area will guide future redevelopment in a manner that addresses the importance of transit in the area. The planned area is located in the center of Calgary along 16th Avenue and Centre Street and includes portions of the communities of Tuxedo Park and Crescent Heights shown on map 1.1. The area is bounded by 4th Street to the west, 22nd Avenue to the north, Edmonton Trail to the east, and 12th Avenue to the south. Boundaries have been determined by a 600-meter radius. It's about an 8-minute walk from the station platform, which is considered the reasonable distance to transit. The guiding principles used for this area redevelopment plan are intended to provide guidance at both an area-wide and site-specific level. Those used and applied to our site include multimodal transit hub, compact development, mixed-use development, walkability, urban placemaking, parks and plazas, complete streets, parking management and design, sustainable design, and design for climate. Sixteenth Avenue as a multimodal transit hub. The transit station is the connective heart of the transit-oriented development where all modes of travel can meet and can be comfortably accommodated. This is done through the public realm. The public realm is defined as the space around, between, and within buildings that are publicly accessible, including streets, pathways, plazas, parks, and open spaces. For making a better public realm, we should make sure that movement through the community is done in the best way that is possible. Overall, this streetscape should be designed to provide safe, attractive, interesting, and comfortable spaces for pedestrians by providing well-designed and coordinated parks and plazas and street furnishings. The result is a pedestrian-oriented streetscape that improves the desirability of walking and shortens perception of distance as well. Overall, the transit-oriented development design should aim for an urban placemaking effect. It should reflect the local conditions and character of the area and promote a well-defined sense of place through thoughtful design, siting of public spaces, public art, architectural details, and streetscape features. Other sustainable practices should include the use of low-maintenance plants when creating green space in order to maintain sustainable watering practices. For example, juniper lives well in cold climate and is low maintenance with little watering and pruning. Another would encourage the use of a LEED certification for both new construction and renovation of older buildings. This brings in the idea of complete streets. Active and multimodal streets should be supported with design elements coordinated to provide visual interest, pedestrian and cycling amenities, and a well-defined sense of place. Coming to the topic of parking management and design, close proximity to the primary transit allows for reduced reliance on the car and revised parking standards. Where needed, off-street parking areas should be internal to buildings, either below grade or wrapped by active uses along the street front. Currently, there's an overabundance of at-grade parking lots that litter the area, and that should be reduced for transit-oriented development. Underground parking would be encouraged to help achieve optimum densities for redeveloped buildings and allow sufficient parking for park and ride customers without taking spaces for potential building and transit sites. Sustainability principles should also be incorporated into infrastructure and design elements. The way it is done so here is through compact development. Density development arranged in compact patterns is a sustainable model for urban development and can provide for a range of employment, housing, and other activities within a comfortable walking distance of the transit station. This also points towards the use of mixed-use development. A mix of complementary land uses in close proximity provides vitality and interest and enables walking and transit as convenient travel modes for living, working, and shopping. Design of the public realm will also reflect the need to create safe and secure environments that respond to climatic factors to optimize comfort. Proper design can lessen the impact of inclement weather, thereby extending the outdoor season of the area. Design elements such as ensuring outdoor waiting areas, parks and plazas are not shaded, and that transit stations include enclosed and heating waiting areas, contributing to year-round enjoyment of the area. Pedestrian connections and waiting areas should also incorporate durable paving that is resistant to de-icing chemicals and snowplow damage. It should be using colors, light, and urban furniture to make the area safer during winter days and nights. This section provides a quick summary of area attributes and constraints that may require special attention when planning. Some of the attributes include the existence of the station as a transit hub, which would mean that it would be within walking distance of all sites in the station area. Another fact is that the City of Calgary owns a few plots of land within the site as well, which could provide opportunities for the city to lead by example and act as a catalyst for other redevelopment in the planned area. Several major roadways are located within or close to the planned area as well. These include Centre Street, Edmonton Trail, and 16th Ave. These roads facilitate the movement of people and goods to other areas of the city. There is a wide range of community facilities already existing in the area, which include schools, regional and local shopping, and the primarily Braithwaite Royal Centre, which includes a building full of office buildings, health amenities, and small local shops. Some constraints include barriers to pedestrian and bicycle travel. 16th Avenue is a major roadway that presents challenges to pedestrian and bicycle travel across the highway to the other side. Another would be the lack of viable development parcels. The narrow nature of Centre Street presents challenges in creating these. This is also heightened by the proximity of the Trans-Canada Highway. Lastly is the interface with adjacent neighborhoods. A sensitive interface with the adjacent residential buildings with respect to building height and massing needs to be ensured. Moving outward from the center of our 600-meter radius, green line entrances should be in every corner of the intersection to ensure that people can enter the station without crossing the street. This includes the trade-off between safety and convenience. Sidewalk design should bring in comfort and convenience for pedestrians, cyclists, and transit vehicles, and the pathways between park and other open spaces like urban plazas should also be considered. Landscape strips are an effective treatment between sidewalks and streets to create a buffer for moving vehicles and street noise and help pedestrians feel more comfortable walking along the street. In terms of street furniture, on 16th Ave, benches should be provided every 30 meters to help pedestrians use them while they are waiting for transit. Current lighting conditions should also be improved along all three roadways. There are various mobility networks that exist throughout this multimodal transit hub. Mobility is the organizing element that will inform the location of open space development parcels and the placement of buildings. The design and function of the mobility network should recognize pedestrian circulation and comfort as the highest priority. In terms of the pedestrian networks, applying the TOD model provides the ability to move freely and accomplish everyday tasks without a car. To enable a variety of travel modes, the transportation network must ensure these modes are convenient, safe, efficient, and pleasant. There is a need to encourage breaks within large developments to provide direct linkages from the rear lane to the front of buildings, both in the retail, mixed use, and residential areas. This improves pedestrian circulation by providing more links, and connectivity is thereby increased. Pedestrian routes should be barrier-free for people of all levels of physical activity, and sidewalks should also be widened to improve this circulation. In terms of cycling networks, as previously mentioned, neither 16th Ave or Centre Street currently have any bike lanes. Currently, designing a new bike lane in Centre Street is more feasible. Wide sidewalks along Centre Street give us this opportunity to make them more narrow and make the exclusive bike lane for the area. You could also consider future bike routes on 4th Street Northwest, 12th Street Northwest, 10th Street Northwest, and possibly on 1st Street Northeast as well. Therefore, more bicycle parking should also be implemented to provide the infrastructure for those who will be biking to the train station and those who take their bikes off the train and onto 16th Ave in order to shop. In terms of the street networks, the introduction of a street grid composed of shorter blocks to increase connectivity and walkability should be considered. Streets should thus accommodate multiple modes of transportation as well, including buses, vehicles, and bicycles. Local streets should be highly connected to 16th Avenue with comfortable pedestrian and bicycle accommodations to and from the station. Coming to the built form and site design, some general policies should follow that by using policies such as height limits, overall design of buildings, we will be able to create an environment around the new station that improves streetscape, sustainability, and pedestrian activity, whether it would be for the safety or for general experience. The implementation of buildings that adopt slimmer design allows for increased sun exposure, which creates safer spaces compared to those with tall buildings and less visibility and light. And by using such techniques as slim buildings and uniform sidewalks combined with at-grade level buildings such as the office/health amenities building across the street that is already located on the southwest side of the street, we can create a vibrant area that has lots of pedestrian activity and simultaneously keeps an eye out on the street. However, due to the nature of high traffic in the area, mainly vehicular, due to 16th Avenue, it is imperative once again to put a limit on the height of the building. That way, as more pedestrian linkages between developments are created, there are safe spaces that have access to natural light in order to maintain safety. This follows the rules of SEPTED. All primary entrances to the building should also be facing the street and put right up to the street front as well to create a space. Currently, 16th Avenue and Center Street do not boast any great green spaces, and there is no separate lane for bicycles provided. Currently, 16th Avenue has very narrow sidewalks, and there is no appropriate street furniture along it either. Overall, the transit-oriented development design should aim for an urban placemaking effect. It should reflect the local conditions and character of the area and promote a well-defined sense of place through thoughtful design, citing of public spaces, public art, architectural details, and streetscape features. Partnerships between the City of Calgary, social agencies, and the private sector to develop affordable housing is also encouraged. This could be affected by parking relaxations for proposed affordable housing developments, where it is demonstrated that proposed development would have an impact on reducing automobile ownership rate. Affordable housing projects may also consider exclusive parking for bicycles and microcars according to reduced car use principles. In conclusion, the goal is to make the station area a place, but in a way that maintains the context of the local community. It is to increase density and ensure transit-supportive land uses such as sustainability, mixed-use housing, retail, and office developments. It is to manage parking, bus, vehicular, and pedestrian traffic, but to focus on pedestrian-oriented design. This will all implement natural surveillance, natural access control, territorial reinforcement, and community interaction and activity throughout the area.